Hey everybody. Recently on my channel we got the true ending of this game, Eternal Poison. I thought I'd create a video to follow up to that because this game's obviously a very rare, obscure title on the system. But it has a really good, simplistic, tactical RPG approach to it. But if you don't know information about it, you won't really get the full play out of it, which is the true ending of this game. To get true ending, you need to beat the storylines of the 5 characters in this game. Let's just go into it and so I can talk more about it. But yeah, Eternal Poison has a true ending, which is very obscure, very hidden, for the most part, but only for one character, I'd say. One character's true ending is really obscure, which is actually Thage, funny enough, who we're seeing right now. Thage's true ending is incredibly obscure, and is what I would think a lot of people would have as their first character with how the game sets out the character choice menu. Yeah, this is Thage.
Looks like we found it.
We'll skip the cutscene. You can get into it yourselves, I'm sure. We'll get through this, but the game starts with the prologue or tutorial, as you may or may not know. And then after we beat this, we'll be able to choose from the 3 characters, and as said, one being Thage. But everyone has a true ending. And for the most part, those 3 characters, at least 2, the other 2, you can kind of piece together what is said in the story to get the true endings. But yeah, Thage in general is more of an issue. But this is the combat as well. I'll give you a little basics of the combat. Now, a lot of people who play this as well may not realize this, but every main protagonist, so this is Thage, who's the main character for this storyline. How do I turn again? It's been already wrong. Oh, that's another thing as well. We'll go into it all. But yeah, let me just end this turn oh, there we go. Wait. But there's 2 very important resources in this game. One is money. Money/gear is very important. It doesn't look like a lot when you increase stats in this game, but it does make up a lot. But the other important commodity in this game is experience. Experience is incredibly limited in this game. The only ways you can get experience is by defeating enemies, capturing enemies, which we'll see in a minute, or buffs. Self-buffs on people. Buffing and healing. Now, support characters can get experience quite easy on the most part. Yes. Well, this is one of the problems in this game as well. But yeah. Eternal Poison has beautiful 3D Fire Emblem-esque fight scenes like that. The problem is, it loads the content every time. So the battles can be very, very slow. So my advice, if you are playing this, would be to go to options and turn animations off. Maybe see 1 or 2 animations, but just stop there and then. But yeah, leave that off for the most part of the game. There are mini animations anyway on the battlefield. But anyway, some more of the basics before we get into endings. Combat in this game involves positioning is very important. So a front attack. If you were attacking from the front, it says there on the menu there. Claw attack, which is a slash attack, which is the symbol, will do 46 attack damage, while bite is a pierce attack and will do 53. Now, when you look at an enemy as well, so I don't think the game explains this, so remember this is a very important feature you should use if you're playing this game. Triangle. Triangle gives you full details of monsters, as well as your party members. and the skills they have, which you don't really need to worry about that too much, I don't think. But here you can see the stats of the characters. So you can see on the right-hand side, the more important thing, which is their elemental resistances and their physical resistances. As you can see, this particular monster has a slash and pierce negativity. And yeah, fire magic as well, and light damage do extra damage. So as I said before, positioning is very important. So this is where the game can be a little bit complex. We have to kind of do some rough estimations and working outs in your head. So minus 25 resistance. Attacking from the front is really not a good idea, honestly. So he had minus 25 with slash. Now 46 from the front. With the extra 25, let's just say roughly it should do about, what, 55 damage? Attacking from the front, this is how much damage it does. 28. Now, even with that damage bonus, attacking from the front is basically you're doing 50% of the damage. So yeah, it's advisable not to really do that unless you can only attack from the front. But yeah, Thage is a spellcaster, and there are limited spellcasts as well in the game. So take that into account as well. So Thage can do Pyro, which is 52 damage plus the 50. Now even then, I mean, here's another. We'll do it on here. This guy. So these guys have 50% resist, 50 extra damage. So you'd think from the front, if 50 damage plus the extra 50% would do 75, but there's like a little bit of leeway, you know. So there's those kind of things you need to kind of take into account. But attacking from behind can be incredibly deadly. Luckily these enemies are pretty weak and this is tutorial level, so not much will happen of this. But yeah, binding and overkill. Now this is a very important factor of the game. A lot of people will overlook this maybe with capturing. But not so much the capturing, but you should do this a lot in the game, which is, I'm going to show you a tactic which helps with the limited experience, limited enemy problem, which is this exact thing we're about to do right now. Yeah, resistance. Now, there's the resistance screen, which doesn't explain how to open up, but it's triangle. Triangle for resistances. Always remember that. Fire and slash, blah, 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 yeah. So, yeah. This is how you should play the game, I think, most of the time, if you want to level up. Thage, or any main character who plays storyline, so the named main character only, has a lead skill. Now, the most important thing about lead is this action here, combo. What does combo do? Basically, you select a monster, as long as 2 people that have not done an action, that's why we didn't attack with Monoculus, and Thage moving in to attack as well. This can be done with any character as long as 2 characters are next to him. Thage doesn't have to always be involved in the combo. But yes, you want to do this, perform the combo with these 2 characters, for 2 reasons. 1, you usually get an overkill. But 2, the experience is shared, which is incredibly important with this game's limited enemy pool and limited experience pools. So I'd highly recommend trying to do the combo as much as you can. Because the other good thing about comboing, well, there's many important things about overkilling, comboing, and stuff like that. Apart from the combo doing that and getting a much better chance of getting overkills, the enemy has now been downed and can now be captured. Now capturing is incredibly important because you're going to turn these enemies into one of 3 things. A skill, into income money, which can then also become secret extra items in the shop, or an enemy to control on the battlefield. Now, of the 3, I would advise against summoning a monster on the battlefield, apart from 1 time, which needs to be done for, funny enough, Thage's good ending. We need to capture 1 monster for Thage's good ending, which I'll explain once we get a bit more into it. But yeah, this, you must do I will always try. Always don't. If you can't overkill everything, don't worry about it. Some maps are ridiculous. There's so many. You get overwhelmed with so many maps. So many maps you get overwhelmed with. But try and do capture all the time, whenever you can, if you can. Because you get experiences. You get a little extra bit of experience as well, just by capturing. So now we're gonna go into position again. The problem with the enemies is they like to move around a lot. Yes, so comboing can be a bit annoying for when they keep moving around, but highly advise trying to combo and keep, if you can, keep your combos like this. From the side or from the back, you're going to get the most damage from going side and back. So try and always keep combos like this, so you get your overkills, and we've already got a level up in the tutorial level. Already leveled up once. With the right planning, you will level up a lot in this game. With the right planning. Knowing that, though, knowing that is obviously the most important thing. And of all the characters to level, the other big issue this game has is you should really only level the named characters for playthroughs. Especially especially Thage and the other 4 main characters of the game, because Thage's level will tie importantly to the true ending. So make sure you always keep that in mind. This is the Demon Aura, by the way, which is a an aspect you'll learn in the game later on once you play it. Basically, enemies won't take any damage unless you remove an aura. Every enemy has a different kind of aura weakness you got to do to remove it. I think this one was Slash. I've been skipping through dialogue, but it's Slash, I think, for this one. Or Bash. I think it's Bash, actually. Phage strike attack. Here we go, yeah. So, yeah. Removing auras is important for playthroughs as well. But, yeah. Actually, we'll put him there because he'll then be able to move in and attack. We'll put Phage there for now. So now he'll move in and attack, yep. So now we're ready for combo attack. But there's all plans like that you should do. So like, we'll go there. He'll wait. Phage comes along. Another combo attack.
Okay.
Not dead yet, obviously. So now he'll run away. Now, even at his health threshold now, we'll be able to get a combo attack and finish him off anyway. But yeah, I highly recommend overkilling, comboing as much and whenever you can. It's a very important aspect of the game for experience. Because with this, if we do this correctly, we'll be able to level up twice. With both characters. So we'll just quickly go through here. Sorry for like this really basic video, by the way, guys, if you are watching this. I'm not very much of a video editor, to say the least. So this is kind of how the approach I'm trying my best to help describe the game as best I can. So here we go. We're going to set this up now. So now we want to get him down. Oh, you can't overkill this guy. So the overkill won't matter too much. We'll still try and go for a combo attack, because if they both kill the enemy at the same time, you know, more the experience. So yeah, even if you do little bits of damage, if you take damage, you do damage, you heal, you support, you kill, you capture, everything gets experience. Everything does get experience in this game. So here we go. We'll be ready to combo this guy in a minute now. He will run away though. That's fine. Doesn't matter. He'll attack. He'll probably go up that step and go into that corner. Yeah. Now I've done this because he'll probably attack Thage and then yeah, go there. Cool. I think he's cornered himself now, though. Phage is nearly dead, though. Oh, actually, we'll have to heal her. Alright. Next turn with 1. Okay. Well, this is a very obvious annoyance about trying to go for overkill. I'm being very stupid about this. I should really be baiting the monster to come after us, but we keep running after it. So it'll run away again. Yeah. So we're gonna be more sensible this time. I don't know why I kept just baiting out the monster to do that, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, so wait, lead, combo, bomb. So Phage got 2 level ups from that. Very good. Level's important, getting you unlock more skills along the way. I like that lot. But anyway, sorry for that long, drawn out tutorial, beginning intro. But I feel like some people don't understand some aspects about it. What should be remembered is... I didn't bring a memory card for this. Oh, there. 2 seconds. I'm doing a fresh save here. We will put in a memory card and save. 2 seconds. But yeah, remember that triangle gives you those statuses. Combos are your friend. Overkilling is also a very important thing. It's also your friend. Always try your best, but don't worry if you can't do it all the time. Try your best to overkill, capture, and combo. Because they are some of the best ways to get experience, but also for money, because gear is very important in this game. But anyway, once you've done the prologue, the menu slightly changes. You now have the option for load game, new game. Now, from once you beat prologue, you can only go to new game. And you have these first 3 characters after the brief introduction. You'll start with these 3 characters. Phage, Phage's party, Oliphane's party, Ashley's party. Now, how the game has set it up, I think everyone will just go straight away, and because Phage is the tutorial character, I feel as though everyone would approach the game and play as Phage. The problem with Phage's tale is, as said at the earlier beginning of the video, Phage's storyline to get true ending is incredibly obscure. And you need to get 1 true ending to unlock character 4. I won't say the characters' names. Leave it for a little bit more of a thing for you to be able to enjoy and get the experience for yourself. But these 3 characters all have different requirements. Let me see. I think I saved the... let me get it up for you guys, actually. Sorry for all this intuition thing, but, you know, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I thought I just would actually make a decent-looking map as best I could, and just give you a quick, vague drawing guide of what you need to do to make sure you get true endings for each character. So we'll start with Phage, as I was saying earlier on, who's the most complex one. Now we'll go with purple for Phage. Now Phage, we'll start. Well, you see here, there's character portraits at the bottom of the screen. Character 1 will make Phage 1. Then character 2, Oliphant, I believe is next. Character 3, Ashley. Then character 4, which you unlock once you get 1 true ending. Save it till you've done the other 3 characters, because I can't confirm. This is from what I pieced together while trying to get good endings myself. Characters 4, true ending, can only be achieved if the other 3 characters, Phage, Oliphant, Ashley, have all got their true endings. Don't know if that is true or not, but just in case to stop you losing 20 hours and having to redo something again, leave character 4 once you've unlocked him with 1 true ending till the 4th playthrough. Then character 5 is not at the bottom of the screen, because character 5 actually will start further up the map. But yeah, characters 1, 2, 3, 4 will have their own separate little mini map campaigns, which involve 3 stages, And you're going to be doing all the fights anyway. There's no optional bosses or optional enemies. But that's another thing to very importantly take into account. While you're with Phage, you want to go this way. You want to go up through this. It doesn't matter which way you go, here or here. I recommend this route. At one point, you're going to make a choice, but it doesn't matter as long as you stay down the middle path. Then, when you're given the choice to go down the next two paths, which is like the third act of the game, stick to the right-hand side. It's meant to be a little bit more difficult, but this is for Phage's true ending. That is the route you should take to get to this very top, which is the true ending. Now, along the way, while you're doing every map, make sure you check to see if the map has a secondary mission. Because some maps do. You'll want to at least do every secondary mission once on each map during your playthroughs. So while you're going up through the routes with while you're going up through with Phage, through that middle path, make sure that you do every optional mission on some of the maps. Some maps have optional missions. Optional mission means that there will be a mini boss that will appear, and you need to at least defeat every, not capture, but you need to defeat every monster once in this game. Otherwise, you will not unlock Character 5. Another obscure fact the game doesn't tell you. The only way to get Character 5 is to get all the good endings of all the other characters and complete the, I can't remember the name of the book now, but there's a book that Phage and everyone else carries around. You want to complete that, encyclopedia, we'll just call it that for now. Complete that to get Character 5, so meaning defeat every character. So along the way with Phage, make sure that you're paying attention to maps. Now, some people think, some people say that, the maps don't tell you how to get these optional fights. Actually, from what I played, without having to look into anything, the characters always say, to draw this enemy out, X and Y. Your group will say that. You can look it up if you want. I'm kind of leaving it a bit obtuse if you want to enjoy that for yourself, but that isn't important. What is important during Phage's route, the thing that will kill everyone's runoff, is one of the optional fights here. Well, the final boss of this playthrough of Phage here, you will fight a boss, and you can capture him. I can't remember the name of it now. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I have to add a thing popping on the screen. But basically, you have to overkill and capture this boss. And do not trade it in for a skill or money. The game still won't tell you this. Probably the only problem why Phage is the weakest character and the hardest character to get the true ending. But you want to keep that monster and then summon it during this fight here, during another optional fight here. I believe it's here. Trying to think now. Yeah, it's the one before the final fight. There's an optional fight here where you need to summon that monster. And remember when we were talking about auras and how you need to remove the aura before you can defeat a boss? You have to remove that boss's aura and then defeat it for Phage to get her true ending. But to do that, you need to summon a monster that it's supposedly any boss from the second stratum. But for root reasons, to make sure you do everything correct to get true ending, make sure you capture the monster on the end of the second stratum here. And on the third stratum, make sure that you summon the monster and make him do an attack on the boss to remove the aura and then defeat it. Supposedly this helps to get Phage's true ending. But that is Phage. Now, when it comes to Olafin, we'll do a little a green, I think, for Olafin. Actually, green might be hard for some colorblind people, I believe. We'll go dark green, I'm sure it's fine. 2 is Olafin. Now, Olafin, once again, once you get to this point here, the best route for Olafin, I believe... Oh, Christ. I'm trying to think now in my head. But anyway, God, I'm terrible for working this out. I'm thinking now. Oliphant should. It's not like this is not important for true ending. Oliphant is more about what would be easier for the playthrough. I think Ashley's group were better for desert. I think Oliphant is this way. So take Oliphant up here. And then when you get to here, Oliphant for true ending has to go up this way. Has to go up that way to defeat the boss in that sanctuary there. So Oliphant has. That's all you need to do for Oliphant's true ending. But along the way, make double sure you do all the optional missions, all the optional secondary objectives you can in the forest, because you need to defeat every monster at least once. There's no secret optional monsters if you go left or right here. So don't worry about them sections when they split into two paths. You must defeat the optional monsters along the way while going along the path. Now, with Ashley, she will be... What colour should we give Ashley? An orange? Give Ashley like... Oh, well, brown. Give Ashley a brown. So Ashley, character 3, which would play next, she needs to go... Well, it doesn't matter, but I'm sure that I've done the right optimal route to make the game as easy as I can for you. You want to go up the right-hand side for Ashley. And then you want to go with Phage up the dark route. So Ashley will be defeating this boss here. And then moving on to the end, and that will unlock the final goal for you. Once again, remember, while you're going through this, make sure that you do the optional missions and defeat the monsters at least once. I believe you got defeat. If you don't, during my playthrough, I defeated every monster at least once, removing the barriers every time. If you're not sure if you have the right stuff to remove barriers, look into it a bit more. I'm trying to make this as spoiler-free as I can, but the routes are the most important thing. So far, that is what you need to do to get true ending. Now, character 4, you will be starting at the bottom of the map again. With character 4, though, it doesn't really matter which route you go now with 4. You can pick whatever one you want. But the most important thing about character 4 is that if you're worried that you didn't get any optional missions done, do so. So, like, you might have went, oh, crap, I never got the optional boss unlocked or defeated in like a certain route. I would make, for easier reasons, just try and make sure you defeat every monster, optional boss, every secondary objective. You make sure you do every one of them, because you defeat all the monsters at least once. But anyway, with character 4, pick whichever way you go. If you're confident. Well, actually, by this point, when you fight character 4's boss of his chapter, check the Monsterpedia. By that point, on his chapter there, you should have defeated every enemy. If you go to the Monsterpedia and every monster, there's no question marks anymore, you're on to the right path to get true ending. You're pretty much there. Once you've got the true ending of the 3 characters, and on that point there, once you've defeated that character's entire first arc in the first stratum, if you've got every monster in the Monsterpedia done, then you're fine to go whichever way you feel like. You could go... Character 4 could go either there, up in the middle, or down there. The most important thing is that you just do the same thing. Go all the way up to the top. Once again, either left or right, there or there. And once you get to the top there, you get true ending. If you can make it to the 4th stratum every time up here, which with my basic guide you should be able to do, once you do that, you'll be able to get the true ending of every character. Now, the most important thing, once you've beaten the 4th character, you should get blah blah blah, your tale's been completed and everything like that. Now the game should tell you straight away, the 5th character has been unlocked. The 5th character is unlocked by getting every monster defeated and filled in the Monsterpedia, and getting every other true ending. If so, you unlock 5th character, and 5th character actually starts here, so at least the 5th character has a quicker playthrough. And once again, Go left or right, it doesn't matter which. But the most important thing is to do everything else before that to get character 5. Then you don't need to worry about what side you go down. Character 5 can go down that side or that side. Once again, once you get to the end, you'll fight the true boss at the his true boss at the end. And then yeah, with all that said and done, once you've completed character 5's story, the game will then tell you the final story is unlocked. So yeah, hopefully that helps you a little bit. I mean, I'm not very good at video editing, and this is a very basic thing, but my map's a bit of a mess, and sorry about that. But follow that. Make sure you do all the secondary objectives, and you should be golden. The other thing, like I said earlier on as well, make sure that every protagonist, character 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, try and get them leveled up as much as you can. Because they are the guys that are going to be needed for the final chapter. They're going to be needed, so make sure you've leveled them up. Do not ignore them, because the other problem this game has: guest characters, non-named characters. So you'll be finding a lot of characters in the game. Like there's a character called Ares, who I recommend. She's a good sword fighter. Out of all the other guest characters, they're quite bad. The support characters as well, but I didn't rely on them too much. But the problem with the guest characters is, when you level them up during one character's story, they get reset for the next story. So it's kind of, your efforts investing into them is kind of wasted. So what you should really do is just heavily focus, especially on the main characters, the ones that can do the commands. Make sure that they are leveled up for the final act. When I went in onto the final act, I didn't have too much of a problem. It was actually quite a good fight, really. So yeah, just do that. Just make sure they're leveled up, and you should be fine. Support skills help little bits of experience. Support skills, buffs, remember to do that. Oliphant, I think, has accelerate, so just keep spamming that. If you can't attack with him, just accelerate. That accelerate helps massively with like getting little bits of experience now and then. But that should be it. That should be your way of getting true ending. I hope I've said everything correctly, and if I have done a mistake, I will try and correct it. But Phage is the only issue with this game. Phage's storyline is so... You really do need to be told how to do Phages. Apart from Phages, the game kind of tells you, like character 2 Oliphant, I think it warns you that you should go to the Holy Sanctuary, and then with Ashley, I'm sure the game tells you, oh, you need to go into Purgatory to help with your issues. But yeah, Phage is a problem in this game. And then obviously character 5 can only be unlocked once you've defeated every enemy once. Blah, 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 blah. Hope this helped, guys. Sorry for the basic edits, and yeah. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy Eternal Poison.